Well, it's June 23rd, in the middle of a heat wave. Who would have ever thought that? But I thought, see where we're at. Oh, about this time of the month, season. Still got strawberry plants growing here, some fairy lilies. This is my dragon head. I had to cut some back, you can see in the back. Had it on the other side, and the sun was just wreaking havoc with it, drying out my leaves, everything. It was horrible. So I've moved it over this side, so hopefully we can recover a little bit. Some small tomato plants, the balsam, it's been going, and oh my goodness. Then we've got a menagerie of some amaranth down in the middle there with some balsam. It hasn't started blooming. Avocado trees going there. And hey, this is kind of what my creeping phlox looks like this time of year. Just all nice and green. I showed where it was all blooming earlier in the spring. And we have some cinnamon basil growing here in this pot. Some little flying dragons. We'll get to that in a minute. I did a lot of things in pots this year. So as you can see, this is tomatoes, and get around here, you can tell I've got quite a few tomatoes already all over the vines. My kale, of course, it looks a little scraggly, but it's doing really good. I break it off to feed to the ducks, so that's why it kind of looks a little rough, but it's doing good. More tomatoes. These are coming on a little bit later. Then we've got the pepper plant. These are bell peppers down in here that I've got going. And in here we've got lemon balm, one radish left in there. We've got some more amaranth that I transplanted in here yesterday. I've got some melons flowering and coming up out of that one. There's some Persian basil. Love that stuff. These are the Blue and Black Beauty tomatoes. They've really shot up lately. They were just a couple inches high about a week ago. But here's the other side. You can see how those melons are now starting to vine out of the pot and out down to the ground. Of course, more balsam. One of my... Okay, as I was saying before the video went out, I had harvested all my cabbage, but I threw some of it, the bottoms, over here, and it just rooted. This one's getting ready to flower out, but it's just stayed alive. Then down through here, I have gotten some sunflowers started here. And again, some more amaranth coming up. And my fig tree, it's kind of vining over. It's gotten out of control. More of the fairy lilies. I got my cilantro. Moved everything over here closer because it starts getting shade a little bit earlier because of this horrible sun heat we're going through. More dragon head, great for tea. More balsam, of course. And then I've got some flowering nicotiana and cardinal basil going in this one. And what I was doing yesterday, got some catnip in that little pot. You can see all of these little things. These are all baby flying dragons. And yeah, I didn't know how many I was going to end up with, but yeah, ended up with 40. Crazy. And let's walk over here. Hey guys, there's the little duck. Hey Gabs. And has some cosmos getting ready to flower. I love the real soft furry foliage. Let's walk over to the other side. And you can kind of see out there, this is where I've got the zucchini, the pumpkins going. I put a little bit of melon here in the corner. It's coming up a little bit later because I just planted it a few weeks ago. But it's doing good so far. The yarrow and some of the, the comfrey. It's still flowering. Of course, the daylilies are all starting to bloom. And back there you can, in the taller parts, you can see some of the elderberry. But let's come over here, see what I've got in front. Oh, a little shaded. More fairy lilies. And these little guys, they really like the heat and the sun. I'm just amazed. So, and then of course I've got some in the back. I've got this in the front. Is pot of gold. It's a creeper. And of course the geraniums with the silver falls. That's vining. That can vine down to about 4 feet long if you let it. More fairy lilies. That's what all this grassy stuff is. I've got some creeping jenny down in here. I've also got a bunch of it out back in a raised bed. Another creeper. And this is my oldest flying dragon. And this right here is some hibiscus. It's getting ready to flower out. So, and it likes the heat, but it got some damage. Now that damage is not from the sun. When I got this plant, they had sprayed it with something to kind of make the leaves all pretty and shiny. Yeah, well, it has taken a lot of process to correct that and get that off of there. But we have. And, because, yeah, you get it. It looks all pretty. You take it home and it's like, oh, everything's just dying and falling off. Well, yep, that's why. So, anyway, I'm going to make this quick. I'm going to leave you with some pictures from out back with, like, the yucca and the echinacea that's blooming right now. And we'll see you next time.